Hey, I just wanted to make a quick video to talk about the fact that I manifested a text from an ex yesterday. Um, Monday morning, I was going about making my bed and stuff in the morning, and I thought, you know what? I want to text from this specific person that I've mentioned on this channel earlier this year. And what I did was, like, very quickly, I just imagined myself having a conversation with my business partner and telling him, yeah, so-and-so texted me today. That was it. Just hearing my own voice saying that to, somebody that I talk to regularly. That was it. I heard it, and I also thought to myself, I don't care what kind of text it is, just any text. It doesn't have to be like some text telling me that he wants me back or something like that. Just any text, just any communication. The last we spoke was about a month ago, and I'd never responded to the end of the conversation. I just kind of let it go because I was having some negative feelings about the conversation. So I just kind of abandoned it. And I just thought, you know what? I want him to reach out to me kind of out of nowhere. And interestingly, so he did. To be honest with you, I wasn't really expecting that to work, especially that quickly, but it did. And a couple things. One, I'm at the point now with this person where I really don't give a shit anymore. And I swear, people rail against the idea of lowering importance. But there is just something magical about not giving a shit about whether or not your manifestation actually happens. I don't know. I really think it's key. A lot of people say that. A lot of people argue against it, that technically that's not true. But in my experience, when you don't care, you can make almost anything happen. So more evidence of that. But another thing about it is that with this person, when I started reading Neville and getting into the whole relationship aspect of the sphere of influence or whatever I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I used to only think you could really apply this to money and personal goals. And when I started to buy into the fact that you also can create relationships even with people you already know, I initially had just broken up with somebody, and this is the person I'm talking about, the person that texted me yesterday. And my original intention with him when we were fresh out of the relationship was I wanted him to essentially make some personal changes and then come back to me, at which point we might be able to actually have a real good relationship. And talked to him. He texted me on Valentine's Day, and we had some conversations surrounding that time period that was unsatisfying to me, but that indicated that he had kind of started that process. And now the text I got yesterday indicated even further that in more fine detail, what I wanted to happen is happening. However, I have to be honest, I'm having a hard time caring at this point. It's just kind of interesting to see how the thing that I intentionally set in motion using the visualization techniques from Neville and from the Neville Goddard subreddit, which I never did naturally. Naturally, it's always been just hearing a conversation, like what I did yesterday. But I did a lot of visualizing in 4D, spending a lot of time there just because I was still hurting over the breakup. So it was kind of like a salve. It made me feel better. But it was very intense and real and saturated with intention, and it seems to be happening. So, yeah. crazy to me. I mean, it's weird to be so totally sure and to have so much evidence and to still be surprised by things, but I am. Every time something happens that I fully intentionally intended to happen that I didn't have control over, every time one of those things happens, I'm just like blown away. I wonder if this will ever stop. But I wanted to put that out there, that I have now experienced intending to get a text from somebody and then getting it within 24 hours, so that was pretty weird. And it was a specific person. And since that is a topic of great interest in the manifestation realm, I thought I would put this out there just to add another little you can make stuff happen to the pile of other people who have said it. But again, just really reaching a point where you're just like, I don't care if this happens or not. Seems to be magical, and it's probably a good place to be coming from mentally anyway. You know, being in the center where you have, you know, you're giving the appropriate priority and meaning to everything. That's really the key to being peaceful and happy in general. I hope you can hear this. I'm trying to be quiet because I'm sharing my 1,000 square foot living space with another human right now. And I don't feel like going and getting in the car to make this, but just want to put that out there. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.